2 years ago, I met a woman named Cassandra at a quiet art exhibition tucked away in a coastal city. She was presenting a photography piece by her 16-year-old daughter, Sophia. A haunting image that caught my attention and drew me into conversation. Cassandra was 37, elegant in that quiet, composed way that often comes from surviving something hard. She spoke candidly about her recent divorce, about rebuilding, about resilience. Something about her steadiness, her calm strength, struck a chord in me. I was 34 then, self-employed in tech, financially secure after selling a modest startup in my late 20s. I had no flash to show for it, just a paid-off home, a simple lifestyle, and a desire to build something genuine with someone who understood the value of effort. I had always been cautious with relationships, especially after seeing friends reduced to shells of themselves by messy divorces. I knew, if I ever married, it would be with a prenuptial agreement in place. Not because I didn't believe in love, but because I understood that love doesn't negate the need for protection. A year into our relationship, Cassandra and Sophia moved into my home. It felt natural, harmonious, like two puzzle pieces fitting into my quiet life. Or so I thought. Sophia, while polite, often crossed boundaries. Once, she asked pointedly about my investment portfolio, under the pretense of a school assignment. I laughed it off as innocent curiosity. I didn't see the signs then. Or maybe I did and chose not to look too closely. Months passed, and I proposed to Cassandra during a serene weekend escape to a coastal town. The kind of trip meant for memory-making. Her eyes welled with tears as she said yes. And for a while, I believed I was the luckiest man alive. When I brought up the prenuptial agreement, I did so carefully, gently, explaining it wasn't about mistrust, but about safeguarding what I had built long before we met. I emphasized that I would ensure fairness, that the agreement would never leave her destitute should things ever fall apart. But she exploded. She accused me of betraying her, of believing she was only with me for my money. She said real love didn't need legal backup, and then, unexpectedly, dragged Sophia into it. "Do you not trust my daughter either?" she asked, eyes burning. I tried to reason with her, but something in the air had shifted. The warmth began to fade. Days later, I found a magazine article casually left on the kitchen counter. Its title? Prenups, a roadmap to divorce. The message couldn't have been clearer. I didn't bring up the prenup again. I wish I had. As our wedding date neared, Cassandra started pressuring me to open joint financial accounts to simplify the planning. I refused, suggesting we keep finances separate until after the wedding. That ignited another storm, accusations of secrecy, of control. Then Sophia said something that stayed with me, cutting through all the noise like a knife through silk. "You'll wish you hadn't turned your back on us. You'll see what you lost." That wasn't worry. That was a threat. That night, I checked my office drawers. One, containing personal documents, tax returns, investment details, even a file with my social security number, had been tampered with. I confronted Cassandra. She claimed she'd just been tidying up. But my gut knew better. In silence, I canceled the wedding venue, the catering, every last arrangement. I packed a suitcase and left for a rental property I'd found. I told Cassandra I needed time. Her response came quickly. Dozens of calls and voicemails, flipping between pleading and rage. One message from her phone, clearly written by Sophia, read, "Hope your empty house keeps you company." I blocked them both. I thought that was the end. I was wrong. 3 weeks ago, a friend who worked in finance contacted me. He couldn't give details, but urged me to check my credit report. What I found made my blood run cold. 2 loan applications filed in my name. One for a student loan, the other a car loan. Both listed as co-signed. I hired a lawyer and a private investigator. What they found confirmed my worst fears. Cassandra and Sophia had used my personal information, my social security number, my address, to apply for credit. When those attempts failed, they tried again under slightly altered versions of my name. They forged documents, copied signatures, all under the guise of planning for our future. Texts between Cassandra and a close friend revealed the depth of the scheme. In one message she wrote, *, once we're married, I can stop pretending I don't care about his money. *, Sophia wasn't subtle either. One of her texts read, If he won't let us in, I'll just say I'm pregnant or something. We need this to work. Every laugh, every quiet night, every shared plan, it all felt poisoned. The woman I had trusted, the teenager I had taken to concerts and proudly called family, they had been carving away at my trust from the inside. Cassandra later sent me an email simply titled, I'm sorry. In it she wrote, I never meant to hurt you. I just didn't want to fall back into struggle. I thought we could make something real. You overreacted. We were so close. Close to what? Ruin? The PI uncovered more. Forged notary documents claiming I had co-signed educational loans for Sophia, and even a draft of a revocable trust naming them as beneficiaries. Nothing had been filed legally yet, but the intent was undeniable. This wasn't a lapse in judgment. It was a long con. My lawyer took the findings to the district attorney. Within weeks, felony charges were filed. Identity theft, fraud, possession of forged documents, conspiracy. Sophia, though a minor, is now under investigation as well. That part breaks me. I had truly cared for her. I helped her build her first website, sat in the crowd at school events where she introduced me as her second dad. And yet, she forged my name on a $22,000 loan application without blinking. Cassandra has since claimed ignorance, saying she was only trying to secure a future for her daughter. But the evidence, the texts, the forged papers, her past says otherwise. Her ex-husband came forward too, revealing she had siphoned funds from his retirement account during their divorce, even tried to fake backdated child support while he was unemployed. These days, I'm in therapy weekly, trying to untangle the mess left in the wake of their betrayal. My trust is in pieces. I've frozen my credit, changed every password, rewritten my will with legal safeguards I never thought I'd need. I didn't just dodge a bullet. I stepped out of the path of a loaded weapon. There was no wedding, no merged accounts, no fabricated pregnancies, just a clean break and a hard truth. I let con artists into my life because I wanted to believe in love more than I wanted to listen to my gut. Sophia once warned me I'd regret walking away. I don't. My only regret is ever opening the door.